video today, a public service awareness, very, very intense. It will be graphic, and I apologize, ahead of time, but it's very necessary. I spoke with a woman recently, and she is very fearful of a situation, and this involves a person, and I'm not saying people names for a variety of reasons. That's my choice. But you all will definitely know who I'm speaking of. We need a National Guard. We need a National Guard. What I'm going to play for you all, this woman allowed me to post certain excerpts of the conversation. I truly believe that we are in a city, in a state where our rights are being violated. Our right to equal protection under law is being privatized. And when that happens, yes, the federal government, the president, not just the president that we have now, but any president of the United States, when your state government fails to protect its people, fails to recognize the laws, fails to recognize your constitutional right, your president has a right to suppress insurrection and to bring in the National Guard on your behalf. Your behalf. And this is what is going on in the city. Before I go into detail, and I'm going to show you at the end of the video, this individual that is the subject matter, I'm going to literally show you the demonic shape-shifting that this person did. I keep telling you all, this is a demon. She is a demon. And I mean that in every sense of the word. But I'm going to play this audio for you all, and then I'll go into the depths of the matter. So they was trying to come in school and bypass the metal detector, what they wanted to do. Are you afraid for the safety of your son? What you heard, I'm gonna play it one more time. So they was trying to come in school and bypass the metal detector, what they wanted to do. Are you afraid for the safety of your son? You have a mother afraid for the safety of her son regarding some information as it relates to a so-called parent plotting to bypass metal detectors to get to her son to cause violence. Now, we have a situation, there is a situation, rather, in this country where there are school shootings. This demonic force literally stated, posted, that she was going to fill up her car and bring some young niggas to Bradley Tech High School to do harm to children. Posted this online. Now remember, this is the same person that was online purported to post a threat to me about, well, inferred to me that I was supposed to, quote unquote, come up missing. This is a federal crime to use social media, electronic devices to post doing harm to people, especially children. This person has a history, a very known history of violence. Excuse me, she recently colluded with my abuser, the abuser, to go down to lie to the police and say I had a gun, when in fact She had a gun. I'm going to post the gun she owns. The same gun that he had when I was almost killed by this individual. They share a gun. She has several guns. I'll post it. She lied and said I had a gun. And I didn't even know about this situation until a federal individual informed me about the situation. You know, and the matter did not ever see the light of day. But just the fact that this individual is very calculated, very violent. I'm talking about an individual who literally came up to a police officer who was doing his job. He wasn't being violent against her. This wasn't an act of self-defense. She literally punched a police officer in the eye, causing serious concussion to his eye. To this day, he's still going to be injured. And she did it with her mother. Her mother is also a violent person. Her mother stabbed a man. Her mother made violent threats towards me. Her mother made violent threats towards Al. You know, a number of different things. Her mother was being violent to a woman, and a woman was trying to get police help, and her mother colluded, and she literally punched a police officer and did 1 day in jail. Time served. She's literally tried to run over Al's mother. She literally said she was going to slap the fuck out of the baby. This is the baby. This is Al's nephew. She slapped him. Do you think they did anything? Now, they fixed the case for her. They told Al's mother and Al's sister not to come to court. And then when court was in session, they told the judge they weren't prepared and asked for the case to be dismissed. And Al's mother and his sister were prepared. They were ready. They asked for the charges. They came every day. And the case was fixed on behalf of this individual. You got a person. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being literal. A person with a highly infectious, irreversible impediments, as you can see, that made threats to go to a public school and do harm to minors, to children. What if she was to bite these kids, spit on them? It would be over. Anybody that want to engage with her willingly and take that chance, that's their right. But these are children. These are children. And we need the National Guard. This is an individual who constantly makes threats and acts on them. In fact, you can go to 2017. You can go to 2017. She threatened a woman, and the woman said that this broad verbally abused her, and then she busted her window out of her car, popped up at her house to physically fight her, pepper spray her with her kids in her hand, physically hit her with a brick, posted things on social media, made threats, phone calls, busted windows out of her vehicle. And she said the problem has been going on for years. 2017. She has an established record of violence. She's been very obsessed with me. The abuser, I remember I told you all that when he told me he was going to link up with my enemies, give her enemy information, that we were going to have a baby. She's a known prostitute. A very active prostitute. All these things that he stated to me, I tried to get help, right? We all know about the situation. But because he came to this person that was already obsessed with me, she has an obsession with him. She's upset about his obsession with me still, that she would do anything. She still does things. Like, she's literally obsessed with me. And because I'm in a situation in which I'm dealing with two obsessed individuals, I had a right to be protected under the state created enhanced danger doctrine. It's the law. There is a proof. There a concrete chain of proof that these individuals continuously do things. I can show you right now. This is recent. He still calls my phones. I have a phone number that only my mother and a few people I gave, and he knows about this. This is recent. This is recent. I don't want anything to do with this man, ever. This is an individual who assaulted me. This is an individual who told me he was going to purposely find a person that he knew was infected with an incurable disease. He purposely said he would purposely get infected, force himself on me to give it to me. I told them, these so-called authorities, that. And what did they do? We all know the situation. We all know what happened. But this is still going on. I can't go report this man because my fear of what they did to me. I was assaulted by people under the color of law. And he knows this. And the proof that I'm showing you of him continuously doing things, of course I have other proof to prove it's 110% him. But I'm just posting this at this point. This is why we need the National Guard. We are not being protected. These are individuals with a known track record. The National Guard is going to do what the police should have been doing, what the state should have had them doing. We need the National Guard. Why are people allowed who have records of being informants, to wreak havoc? We have a constitutional right to equal protection under the law. A constitutional right to equal protection under the law. You have a mother afraid that an adult is going to come up to the school and create harm, do harm to minors. When we're living in a climate where there are school shootings every day, I gotta watch my back every day. Thing one and thing two. I will feel safer with the National Guard. I'm sure this mother will feel safer with the National Guard. I told you all I didn't want anything to do with that individual ever again in my life. And I'm standing on it. I mean it. There's no reason this individual should be contacting me, point blank, period, or trying to. I don't want to hear nothing he got to say. The only contact I'm going to have with him is a process server. Nobody should have to live in fear with these ingrates. Nobody. And any mother, any father, any parent that has children at Bradley Tech High School, like I told that mother, this individual already has an open investigation on a federal level for some other things. They need to report her actions to the feds. They was trying to come in the school and bypass the metal detector. What they wanted to do? And I told you, this was a demon. Shape-shifting demon. This is not AI. You can see the demon in this demon. We need the National Guard to come to Milwaukee. So they was trying to come in the school and bypass the